Great. So I'm not going to take too much time so we can see all the exciting demos that are lined up today. I'm going to tell you a little bit about like what GenAI Collective is and what we are going to discuss today, and then we go through the demos. So GenAI Collective is a non-profit with 25,000 plus AI enthusiasts across all of the North America and now even international. We have chapters in Berlin and Paris as well. It's a non-profit, and we try to bring people together working in AI, and we'll hear about like other sponsors as well, what they do. But what our core values are is creating connections. I thrive on community. I think my career is today because of community, and we believe that every new person you meet is a new connection made, and then you help other people introduce them to your connection. Right, and that keeps on happening if you find more value and you find new opportunities and you thinking through it. And we also believe in like positive sum game. Every time you meet someone, you share something new, you share an opportunity. It's another person having a win as well. So over here, see people on your left and see people on your right. Not just try to take and grab an opportunity, but what you can give to them as well, right? Be authentic. You are more than just your resume and your LinkedIn, right? Be here, the person you are. If you're struggling with something, say it out. If you need help with something, say it out loud. And it's all about engagement and influence, right? Like you are here to have fun, have an awesome night, and be curious, right? I don't know a lot of things, and I'll learn a lot of things from the audience over here. So be respectful to everyone, and always think that the person on your right or left might know something that you don't know. So always approach any conversation with that curiosity, not just pitching yourself. Right? So what are we going to do today? This is our agenda for today. So we had 30 minutes for open mingling, but because of some happenings, we understand people arrived late, so that happened 1 hour. And now we are doing the greetings, then we'll be going through demos. We have awesome demos lined up, and we have then finally our winners who will win 2 awesome awards, one for best demo and one for best idea. And after that, we'll give some closing remarks, and after that, you can continue mingling and go your ways whenever you feel like it. Alright, so I'm going to hand over to Manatech first for offering this awesome venue space, as always, without any charge, just for the community.
Hello, everyone. I'll be brief. I'm Charlie San, the CEO of Manatech. First of all, thank you everybody for being out here. Coming on a weekday to downtown for an AI event is, I think it's commitment, and it shows what we want to build here in Miami, that is community. And so I love what you just showed. Part of what we have 4 C's that we talk about, our values here at Mana, and it's communication, collaboration, compassion, and connection. So it's about that. It's about building meaningful connections between the people. Miami is an ecosystem that is early in its stages and needs everybody, everyone of us really putting its brain and soul to make it grow. So we appreciate that. With Manatech, what we're doing really is trying to put all this community together. This year we're going to have about 100 of these events, similar events, all related to tech and entrepreneurship. So that's one of the initiatives that we have. We also do programs for international companies. Last year we brought 110 companies from 19 countries to Miami. The idea is that the companies can stay here and be welcomed by communities like this one. And now we also have spaces, physical spaces. So these spaces, we were saying that it's an open space if you want to have an event related to tech and entrepreneurship. We give it to you so that you can take advantage of it. And now we have also another 2 floors in this building, on the 6th and the 3rd floor, where we're starting to house this community. So if you're looking also for a place to work and collaborate with the local tech community, you can do it out of here. Besides that, we have 70 properties in all downtown, including like 5 or 6 buildings that eventually the idea is to grow out and to build this whole downtown into a tech hub, a global tech hub for Miami. So, but we need support from every one of you, and we love hosting this kind of events because I think it's part of our DNA and what we want to bring to Miami. So, again, thank you for the community to understand what we do, and hope that you have a good day.
Thank you so much, Charlie. And hosting events like this is not easy, but sponsors and venue hosts like Manatech makes it a little bit more easier, right? So we'll hear from one of our main sponsors, who is actually the main spark behind this event, but unfortunately they couldn't join here. So I'm just going to have Google Me, a little bit of hybrid event going on over here. So yes, I'm gonna let hands in, and then can you guys hear us? Can we show them the energy? They couldn't see us, but they can hear the energy. Awesome. So I'm gonna put hands on the spot here, and I'm gonna unmute myself and unmute you guys so you can go ahead.
Awesome. Thank you, boys. Everyone hear me okay?
Yes.
Yeah.
All right, fantastic. I wish I was hanging out there in Miami with you guys. I am in downtown San Francisco with myself and my little buddy Archie right here. So hello, everyone. Quick introduction about myself. My name is An Sandhu. I am the Chief Business Officer of a business called The Agentic. We are a large language model that competes with the likes of Claude, GPT, and what we excel at is accuracy, or anyone who's building out AI agents or some form of agentic SaaS. I have a couple slides, if I can go through some slides if you guys want to go through that, or I can just give a little hoorah as well. So, cool. Let me share my screen. And you guys are lucky you're in Miami. It's better than being in a building over here in the city. One second, my friends.
While Hans is connecting screen, can we show the energy that we are still here? Awesome.
All right, awesome. So I think everyone can see this. Thank you all. All right, so just wanted to quickly state, we are a large language model that competes with the likes of Claude, GPT. Don't want to bore you guys with a sales pitch or anything like that. So I thought I'd take a different approach. I actually presented this as a keynote with some very interesting folks at Microsoft just a couple of days ago. So here's my second pass at it. But quickly going into it, there's kind of a few ways to think about the space and the ways that we think about it. So traditional school of thought is they're super large models. These models are massive. They're trillions of parameters, right? They're pushing the boundaries at immense computational cost. And the way that we see this is that innovation at scale is being completely bottlenecked. It's monopolized by 2 or 3 major players, and if you need innovation, you're locked into their roadmaps and infrastructures. And in our minds, there's no necessarily much room for customization or agility. There's a lot of heavy training that goes into this, right? These models require billions of dollars and years of R&D, and the way that we look at this, it's very much out of reach for many businesses, innovators, and researchers that want to go test particular type of use cases, right? But guess what? There is an absolutely different way to go about this, and that way is through the agentic. So we're private, auto-evolved large language models, and our approach is built on open source foundational LLMs. So we have domain-specific customization. So what we do with that is support for domain-specific fine-tuning. The model better aligns with your business logic and reduces hallucination towards much more relevant responses. So when you think about this, think of it more like a model gardening kind of approach where we nurture and iterate the model incrementally, ensuring that your model evolves based on your business logic and the interactions that you're taking. So the approach actually makes the model work much harder, and often employing multiple iterations on a response because inference is a lot cheaper than training. So the cost drastically drops from about, let's say $1,000 to $10,000 per year, allowing advanced AI agents to be accessible to enterprises, startups, and researchers all alike. So in terms of what we excel in at different points and stuff, I won't necessarily go into all magnitudes of this, but anything you see on the screen here can be a component or a component associated to a particular use case that we're very excelled in. So again, anything that's associated to multi-step reasoning, function tool calling, code generation, long context, RAG, structured outputs, inputs, domains fine-tuning, that is where our model absolutely excels at. So telling you kind of about our auto evolution technology, and I'll dive into this and do a little bit more of why as a business person I think this is highly impactful to the rest of society and the rest of the world, but let me break it down to you. So Step one, in terms of how this works, is that multiple agents perform tasks in what we call a multi-agent framework, okay? Step two, optionally, if there's any errors, a human in the loop can correct those errors. Step three, result of step one and step two, these are called agentic interaction logs. These interaction logs are processed by what we call our agentic ultra model that curates crucial interactions that can help improve the model into a data set. The data set, termed curated intelligence, is used to update the LLM and agentic memory once in production. So as a result, your LLM's domain knowledge improves over time. So what does this mean to somebody like myself or to businesses out there? Well, heck, this is a massive opportunity for AI startups and B2B software players. And why? Because it's your model, it's your IP. You control your data. You control your customers' data. You control where that data is deployed. Heck, it can be deployed in your own cloud, in your own, on-prem installation, on your own GPU, towards that. It could also be deployed in your own customer's instance as well, right? And more importantly, it's trained on your data. And the cherry on top that we've been seeing with this is the fact that you can do this for all in less than $20K a year. So in our minds, this is very impactful. So I didn't talk about exactly my background or anything like that. I was probably a pretty bad job of giving an intro of myself. I myself have spent a little over 13 years in early stage venture-backed organizations, line of business strategy roles. I've had the opportunity to do a lot of consulting, a lot of advisory work. I'm also an active angel, and I've done a significant investment as an LP into some top performing funds here in the Valley, all of which are early stage, types of funds. But what I've been continuously seeing as I've had, friends, my colleagues of this nature that have gone and invested into, early stage AI companies without having architectural conversations, right? They have great ideas, great business logic, and they have some that are live right now, but a common thread and theme that I'm talking to when I'm talking to customers of ours or individuals that are looking at our model are saying, hey, for every single $1 that I am making, these bigger players are probably making about 10. So with this, that actually flips the script completely. So let's talk about this for 1 second. But what you can see right here, the base model on the bottom, that's the agentic. What you see on top of that, that's the additional LoRa adapter. So it's trained for your use case on your data, and then further evolved on the agentic interactions once deployed in development or prod environments. So the components trade on your proprietary data and becomes your intellectual property, right? So what this means is you get your own vertical LLM. The applications built with this are no longer GPT cloud wrappers. You control your own data ownership and where that goes. And more importantly, in my mind, this allows businesses and you to go create a recurrent revenue stream on that model itself, rather than giving the profits to the likes of these bigger individuals who, in my mind, are probably going to create synthetic data and cannibalize your business upon the next release. So, in terms of our thesis and what we've seen, I won't go into too much detail, but we're helping customers that are early stage software companies doing agentic SaaS or building out agents. We're helping them get them live, right? I mentioned my thesis in terms of seeing a bunch of companies that have gone from 0 to MVP. That's great. We've tested and trialed a bunch of great demos, but we're not necessarily utilizing them in like an actual productionized environment, right? We're allowing customers to go from 0 to MVP and MVP to production, and we're doing so on our own dime. So the way that we've been going to market is, hence, we've created a large language model, and we're utilizing our engineering resources internally to get the right types of users, the right types of customers and businesses that have great business logic and might just need a little bit of extra help. We're enabling them to utilize our model to get to that level, right? But more importantly, utilizing our engineering services to get to that. So happy to talk with anyone after this. I'm gonna leave my contact information, but won't go into a big sales pitch. So what does this really mean though, right? At a very high level, we are 90% cheaper than the bigger players that we see today with much more accuracy. Again, that's tailored to your business needs outside of having your own vertical approach towards an LLM, right? And again, you have your own data shipping privacy, and we give you the ability to, potentially, if you qualify, have 600 hours of, AI support, who are individuals, again, who have built this model to get your product live. So Wanted to say thank you. I wish I was there having a drink, hanging out in Miami, but obviously here with my little buddy Archie on my couch talking to you from the city. So thank you guys so much. Just wave over here. That's my LinkedIn. Feel free to connect with me. Always talking about early stage business, software, a little bit of venture in there too. If you're out here in San Francisco, we're doing a ton of events as well. But we'd love to see what I call the convergence of capital and technical markets out here. So thank you all so much.
Thank you so much, Hans. Can we show Miami energy?
Yay!
Awesome. Thank you so much, Hans, for empowering this event, and we hope to do more of these kind of events with you. Next up, we have Ganesh, who was the original host of the event. I am the makeshift host. So we'll pass it to you, Ganesh. Go ahead.
Now you're the original host because you're doing the real job. But yeah, thanks for having me. I wish I could be in Miami. I was there for a week time, and I'm already missing Miami. So probably we'll do a couple of more events there, and me and Hans will be in person there in Miami. By the way, we are one of the customer of Agentic too. We are building on top of Agentic, the OAuth. I'm one of the co-founder of OAuth, and I'll keep it very short. Basically, we are building AI agents to find, hire, and manage talents anywhere on the earth. So in short, if you are looking to build your engineering team, maybe in Latin America or Eastern Europe or any parts of the world, so you can just use OAuth to build your engineering team, hire them, and manage their payroll and compliance. So if any founder is there, investor is there, come talk to me. Even we can be the friends. You can come talk to me. I just put my QR code on the screen, and you can scan it. You can connect me on LinkedIn, and we can talk. So yeah, thank you so much. Let me present on the screen. Yeah, so you can scan it. Thank you so much. That's all.
Thank you so much, Ganesh. And well, next time we'll see you here, but we'll send you pictures just to make sure that I did a good job as a makeshift host. How am I doing as a host?
Very good.
Thank you so much, guys. All right. So with that, we are done with our the greetings, and now we'll be moving over to the demos. So what would be a best way to show the demo is I can maybe show the demo of my own product. So that's what I'm going to do right now, just to set up a stage for everybody and kind of warm the stage. Okay, and so GenAI Collective is my part-time side gig, right? It gives me energy, it gives me more ideas to work with the community. But full-time, I'm building Lamatic AI, which is a managed middleware to build any kind of GenAI application, whether you're building a GenAI API or an agent, a search, a chatbot, you can do it with Lamatic AI. But there are a ton of applications, even the agentic doing the same thing. So how is Lamatic really different? What we do is that we help you simplify your AI logic into visual workflows, like what you would use Miro for or any flowchart for, and you can drag and drop different AI nodes and then directly deploy those APIs as serverless edge workers over the Cloudflare edge network. And then you can easily integrate with the platform using APIs, chatbot, widgets, or even third-party applications. And what this really does, it helps you deliver fast. You can cross-connect different data sources, different models, different apps really fast. And you can experiment between Flow 1 and a Flow 2 and what is working best for you. You can see if it's working best with Llama or the OpenAI models, all with the flexibility and ease of UI while not sacrificing any of the performance. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to show you one of our actual production live customer and what does the Lamatic platform really looks like. So when you sign into any project, this is the screen that you see. It shows you all the different models that you have, all the different vector DB we have. By the way, we provide a built-in native support to vector database with VB8, and then you can connect third-party data sources as well as, for example, Postgres, Google Drive, other kind of data sources that we support. And on the right side inside, you have interfaces. These are the ways that you can connect AI into your application. Whether it's using the GraphQL API, using our search widgets, there is a huge library of widgets that you can use, build a chatbot on your website, or even connect with third-party apps. So what I'm going to do is, instead of talking too much, I'll just show you one of the quick chatbot that I spin off. So remember I was talking earlier about the built-in vector database. So you can create multiple vector stores, and vector stores is nothing but a context memory for your AI agents. So you, instead of feeding a big PDF or trying to figuring out like how to pass smaller data sets in a smaller context window, a big data, you can actually build a RAG pipeline first and index all your data in the vector database. And if I go in any of these vector records, you can see it has all the data that I want the AI to know. And there are other workflows that you can use to index your data, whether it's from Postgres or Google Drive into this one. So once I have my data set up, all I need is to create a simple flow like this. And I am defining a chat trigger over here, which is also hooked up into a response, into the chat response. And I can customize this, what are the domains I want this chat widget to work on. I can customize the different field by just bringing this config. And then I can customize my RAG node by just configuring a few values over here. So I can pass variables from my input to the actual RAG node just using this variable selector and what variables I need to pass. And once I have the output, I can pass it as a chat response. Well, this looks good in theory. How does it work? So Lamatic provides a built-in debugger as well. You don't need to put your application and deploy it and find a hosting for it. You can test it inside Lamatic itself, and then when you are ready, you can give the API to your front-end developer to integrate. So over here, I've already created a test example, and Lamatic also kind of reviews what your chatbot might look like. So this data actually is contextual to Dharma, which is related to Buddhism, and so we were trying to create a RAG chatbot for them. So I can ask any question related to that. What is Dharma? So what it is doing right now, it's showing you in real time how the actual LLM workflow is working. And the green indication node shows that the test has gone successfully. So once the RAG is successfully complete, you can see like it's actually thinking and it responds. Not only that, I can go in debug mode and I can see the output of each node one by one, all from a single platform. Once I'm ready to deploy, all I need to do is click on setup, copy this code into my actual application and integrate with it. Lamatic also provides built-in telemetry like logs, so all your real-time requests are visible over here along with the switches. So I can click on any of the nodes and see what was the output of each node without setting up all these things myself. I can also see the processing time, amount of token used, and you also create very nice visual representation of what your project is currently looking like, all focused on performance. For this project, we are doing close to 1 million requests every month. You can see what are different nodes used, what was a different error type and status type and all things like that. Well, this should be very expensive, right? No, Lamatic is free to start. You can start and have up to 10,000 requests done for free. And since you are Miami native, we can give you some more credits as well. And when you decide to go production, it's only $100 a month to start. So if you need more demo or any questions, feel free to reach out to me or Chuck, who is my co-founder, and we'll be happy to help you. Thank you so much. So,
can I make a comment and ask a technical question?
Absolutely, go ahead.
Very quickly. So the comment, you're going to be acquired in less than a year, and you're going to be extremely wealthy. Just saying. I'll wager. Questions. So, in all these workflows, have you thought about infusing smaller language models and various models to just help drive these capabilities and functions, as well as some of the basic things like Klein, when it generates the code, just slip it into production code?
Yeah, so excellent question. So right now we support all these LLM providers, which in turn have 385 models in itself. So we are connecting constantly, I think almost a new model every week, a new provider every week. And you can host your own custom model as well with Olama or Hugging Face, like hosting on your own custom interface, and even AWS Bedrock as well. Right?
My question was, are you using the models yourself in your own?
That's our phase 2. So basically, our goal is like you will have like a native app or an agent, and you can say, hey, I'm working on this application, prototype this really quickly. It won't create a production use case, but will create a flowchart for you, and then you can debug it further and go it from there. And talking about production, so once I'm ready with my project, all I need to do is click on this, deploy to production, write a commit, create a chatbot.
Cool.
and then we deploy. Now this has gone to production. It can serve up to like 10 million requests in the same time without any problem because we use serverless infrastructure. So even if Lamatic goes bankrupt, which hopefully your agent will keep on working. Yeah.
Can you comment on your scalability during the size of the integration platform? How scalable is your solution?
So as I said, it's really serverless. So like the sky is the limit. Like we can scale. So we are built on Cloudflare Edge network. So we can scale up till where Cloudflare can scale, which is like a 10 million or 100 million requests in a single second. So we don't have any Docker container or a middleware which other providers have, which creates a bottleneck situation. And this is a good thing because even if you have throttling and bottleneck, you can switch models very easily without sacrificing your core components. Does that answer your question?
Yes. Can you comment a little bit about the interoperability in addition to scalability?
Sorry, what?
Interoperability.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. So all these models are shared. So if I want to switch, let's say my default model from GPT-4 to something else, I just need to do it over here, save all the defaults, and now all the prompts that were using the previous default models are not changed to this one. We are still working on an experimentation phase, which will automatically suggest you the best model for your use case. But right now, it's a little bit manual. We just give you a high-level scoring that what model is best, but we don't like continuously evaluate. That you have to do it manually yourself.
But what best is? Do you have interoperability factors? How do you define best?
So we have a built-in benchmark, and again, a model would be different based on your use case. So you can decide based on features, whether you want a function calling, whether you want OpenAI compatible model API and stuff like that. Whether the cost is a factor, we have a quality index as well. So you can choose the model based on what is the best requirement.
But what about biasness, brief, poisoning of the
Yeah, let's chat maybe afterwards because like I want to be mindful of time. But those questions are really valid. I want to like speak to you in person.
So what's your tendency model look like, and can we segment within building those tenant out ourselves within your architecture?
A great question. So we are built for enterprise, so each project is a single entity itself. So we provide a core API and then you can just use each project for your own mind.
And so to follow that, we can clone from project to project, to be able to version control
Yes.
projects.
So when you go to deployments, all these are version controlled and you can click on any version and roll back to this one.
How fucking standing.
Yeah. Right.
How do you do evaluation? How do you evaluate the output?
I would love to answer you, but I want to be mindful. There are like 6 demos that we connect you with afterwards, and I'll answer all your questions. But thank you so much. So this was. Thank you so much. So this was like a demo style. I definitely took more time, but don't be. So give like 3 minutes for your demos and 2 minutes for Q&A, and then if somebody has another question, they can take it out. Right? So the first startup we have Unnat from RevScale. Can we have you on stage, guys?
Hello everyone, my name is UV. I'm the CEO and founder of RevScale. RevScale currently is the only AI platform designed exclusively for SMBs in the franchise industry. Right now we're a vertical stack SaaS stack that is done for you, and we operate and integrate smoothly across all the different functions of franchise brands. Today we're going to show you one demo of one of the generative AI features that we have. Soon it's a great demo because that looks very interesting to us for how we power the back end with something like this. But we've got a suite of AI agents. We don't purposely just fragment that. Franchises and SMBs already have data spread out all over. It's hard to keep track of, and ultimately they're looking for things to get done, work to get done. to help all of the different functions, not just usually the sales and motion outbound engagement. So what we'll show you today is what onboarding looks like for a new franchise customer or a new franchisee. Right now, we're focused on that industry, but it doesn't mean we don't have enterprise customers that are helping us build out the SaaS suite for other needs that they may have. So let's click through the onboarding here. You can see it's a very simple process where we're really guiding the franchisee or the end customer all the way through. And for this purpose, we're going to do the begin manually section because now our AI agents can actually assist them. If you remember, like Cliff from Microsoft Word would show up to help you kind of do actions on the page. So we're going to play the part of the AI agent, but in front of them, and while the user is watching, they're going to be actually able to select what is useful for them, what they're looking to do, not for a long term, but maybe just in that week, in that month, or even in that quarter. So we're going to pick a number of these different options just in the sake of time here. Selecting who their ICP is, what the target is, do they want frequent buyers if they're a B2C brand. And so you're basically teaching the agent, as we've seen so many different ways that individual platforms are operating the back ends for this, but we're able to then, right on the spot, show the end customer different types of messaging. Are they more interested in something that's formal? Because we've learned that a lot of people don't really know what they want until they're actually through the process and say, I wish I could go back to it. So for this, again, purposes, we're going to show different types of messages. You might see some language that's familiar with LinkedIn. We are a partner where we actually offer Sales Navigator through amongst many other tools so that our agents can actually take multiple actions. And so if we show here that we're selecting the first template across these messages, you can see that right there on the screen, that end customer is seeing how much work would have gone into this, and they're seeing these messaging templates get built. And then once again, they can quickly look at the options side by side. And let's do a quick edit here. In real time, we're allowing the end customer and the end user to actually adjust the messages retroactively. If they want to edit those messages and say straight to the point, the engineering team likes to mess around and say UV style, straight to the point. You can see just by clicking that, the messages are now changing in real time. So you can really get outbound and effective inbound strategies as well, just from a simple interface like this. In our suite, we've got SEO products, automated PPC, Google ads, and those are complex, traditionally agency hire type of tasks. These are now able to be done based on predictive trends. If you're running ads in an area where there's likely to be an increase of interest on a certain topic or a function, these ads can actually dynamically adjust. And we've already seen click-through rates just on that agent of 10, 20, 30% in some cases. And the reason I bring up ads after talking about outbound is that these agents are meant to be like a team, work together, and it's really deployed as a done-for-you suite so that we're not replacing jobs, we're allowing everyone to act in firms as a superhero for their own functions.
Awesome. Does anybody have any questions? Go ahead.
So are you suggesting marketing driven by AI or you're doing targeted advertising? So which direction are you going? So I understand because agent technology is obviously not new. So here we have a little bit of generative AI, and I've been doing this 25 years ago in electronic commerce departments where you have family of agents working on specific tasks. So what is unique about this? So it started with marketing?
Yeah, the agents actually work together as their own team, and they're not, again, just in the interest of helping people not bottle themselves into a specific path. They're just describing what they would like to do. Okay, this next month I really need to focus on sales. We have a longer sales cycle, whatever it is, it'll take that into account and maybe it'll run a low niche keyword task on that AI. The inbound agent will then optimize the way it responds to lead forms. All of this is happening dynamically with a daily digest report at the end of the day to keep you informed.
Great. I have a question,
Sure.
which I ask to every starter. Who is this for?
This is for the SMB audience, specifically as we launched just about a little over 2 years ago. We've focused on the franchise space heavily because we noticed a lot of fragmentation there. It's not really a chasing the revenue type of thing. It's more so a strategy because usually the franchise owners are also involved in SMB and non-franchise brands. So we're seeing a lot of different use cases, and we do have our enterprise clients, our big logos as well. And the franchise brands really help us because they've got some of them 50 franchisees, some of them 900 franchisees. And the product worked, I guess I'll speak for them in this manner, but the product worked so well for a franchise brand that they actually became our lead seed investor and took out our entire round that was remaining. So it was a nice proof of concept of user turned investor.
Yeah, congratulations. I remember when you were starting early and huge success going on. Well, huge round of applause for Unna. Next up, we have Oscar from Digital AI Force. Come on, everybody, give some energy. Oops. Did we broke something? No! That's an expensive thing. Yeah, maybe speak a little closer or maybe I don't know. Yes.
Okay. Good evening, everyone. My name is Oscar Sosa. Digital AI Force is my company. Okay.
Lamas Dental.
Can you hear me now? Yes. Okay. Oscar Sosa is my name, Digital AI Force. And I would like you to participate in this demo. So if you want to scan that QR code and you do the demo with me, that would be fun. If you want to do it, this is a simple demo that is oriented to B2B small businesses. I have experience on healthcare, my background in healthcare. So in this case, this demo is for a dental clinic. So let's go for it.
Yeah.
We're just gonna go. Hope you are. All right. So this is a simple. This is the website of this clinic. It's a regular website that you can see. This is online, and it has all the procedures, surgeries, and all the things that happens on this clinic. So, if a customer wants to work with this clinic, he just go to this. Oh.
You know it's a real life demo.
Looks like it. Sure. So we will take attempt 2 with Oscar a little bit later. Sorry about that, guys. It's okay. The gods of demo are not with you now. Maybe next time. Okay. So next up we have Warren from Go Arlo. Mr. Warren.
Actually, this is their room, I remember it, yeah.
Hey everyone.
Hi.
So I'm Lauren, and I'm here to introduce you to coArlo, which is our AI swarms meant to simplify token research. So, problems, lots of different tokens in the space, right? Many different protocols and projects, you get a lot of information overload, biased information out there as well. Many signals that you have to pay attention to, different sources of truth. Right, so this is the way like discovery essentially works today, for social platforms, market exchanges, different analyses that you'll want to conduct along with various monitoring that you'll want to explore as well for your, is it on?
Yeah,
Even closer?
No.
All right. Yeah, various monitoring that you'll want to explore as well. So, Arlo simplifies all that with our multi-agent system. So each agent focuses on a particular area in token research. So you have token safety, liquidity analysis, whale watching, social sentiment, market analysis, market trends, and they all report to the main agent, Arlo, who then disseminates that information and generates a concise, actionable report to the user. So let's do a demo here. Switch over here. Okay, I've already been searching for different tokens. We want to make this pretty easy for the user. So all you're doing is just searching for a ticker or pasting in a contract address and letting Team Arlo do the rest. So let's search for something here. I'll search for PopCat. Right. And here we go. Should have, yeah. So now putting Team Arlo to work, right? So first you got the block explorer. It's going to be security focused, analyzing the token contract for security risk, malicious patterns, whether the contracts are announced, general broad checks. Then you should be passing it over soon to the DeFi guru, who is a liquidity and yield specialist. So he'll be looking through and analyzing the liquidity health of the token across the different pools that it belongs to. Also assessing different market moving patterns as well. And you've got the whale watcher, holder distribution analyst. He'll be monitoring the activities of the major token holders, detecting any patterns that could influence the market for that token. Then afterwards, he'll be passing it on to the trend stage, the social sentiment analyst. She'll be looking through community engagement, perception of the token, any social insights or social trends that could affect the token as well. Then after that, it goes on to the auto master, who is a long-term holding strategist. He'll do fundamental analysis, detecting different trading patterns, market positions, and all of that is then going to go to Arlo, who will generate a report for us. So you see here, holder distribution is not so great. The score is heavily skewed towards token safety and liquidity check, so it's still overall a good score. We can dive into the detailed report here. There we go. So token safety, let's see what this says. All right, cool. So the contracts are announced. Manipulation risk, liquidity check, pretty healthy across the different pools it belongs to. So that's all well and good there. Minimal slippage. Holder distribution, yep. So it's highly concentrated among the top holders here. So they're controlling like over 30% of the token supply. So not that great. Social sentiment, so pretty good. PopCat's pretty popular meme coin still. So a lot of good activity there. Relative market position, 24-hour trading is looking pretty good actually. So yeah, and that is that is the demo for the token research that Team Arlo does.
Awesome. Great demo. Who think that this was a great demo? Like a live implementation, right? Do you have any questions? Yeah.
Is this only for individual token research, or will it also evaluate a portfolio or compare a list of tokens or a universe of tokens?
Yeah. So you'll definitely be able to search for many tokens at once. I demoed one with like an individual kind of flow, but that's the main that's one of the main use cases is for us to integrate with other platforms that need to research like lots of tokens at the same time. Yeah.
How do you optimize the cost of token cost of running models on the token analysis?
Yeah, so anytime like a token is searched, so we'll check if it's already been searched. So there's not a lot of things that might need to be updated for that particular research. So that's basically one of the main ways we'll control the cost.
Awesome. Well, if you have any other questions, you can reach out to Warren later on. Great demo, Warren. Okay, next up we have Leonardo from Fashion AI. Huge round of applause for Leonardo.
Okay, here we go. Hi, my name is Leo. I'm the founder of Fashion AI, a company that is working with fashion retailers to structure unstructured data, photos, descriptions, blog posts, and so on. So after extracting this, we are cross-referencing with sales history. So basically, we have our platform here, which I'll be demoing.
Let's get started.
We deliver several features, semantic search, audience builder, recommendations, but I'm asking me to present something cool. So what I'm presenting is what we are just developing, which is the copilot, that literally together all the agents that we have built into a single conversation. So let's see if it's working. So basically I'm asking now for a graph with daily sales for September. So basically, we understand that there are two levels of engagement with agents. One is the conversation, question and answer. The other one is, what you guys should be asking yourselves is, what is going on behind it? Which agent is working, what is it doing?